right. Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're talking Bitcoin
Bitcoin.
and its recent price surge
Yeah,
um, past a pretty major milestone.
definitely a milestone.
So we're looking at an article today from Hopeton Lifestyle all about it. Um, and yeah, I mean,
Big news.
this is big news.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin hitting $100,000.
Huge. Yeah.
I mean, even if some exchanges are reporting just under that,
Yeah, just shy.
like Coinbase is already
Oh, yeah. Coinbase is celebrating.
celebrating, yeah.
Yeah.
But some of the other exchanges haven't quite hit that $100,000 mark.
Right.
So why is that $100,000 number so significant?
I think it's really interesting how these psychological barriers work.
Yeah.
We see this in other markets too. Think about when the Dow Jones hit 10,000 for the first time.
Yeah.
These round numbers, they just
Wow.
become these like milestones that signal,
Mm.
okay, a shift. Like now it feels achievable, it
Yeah.
feels inevitable, and
Forward.
it attracts all these new investors who see other people jumping in, and that drives the price up even further.
Yeah. So it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
It becomes the news, and then that
Yeah.
creates more investment.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. And it's interesting that this surge is happening as we go into the holiday season.
Yeah.
I mean, is that just a coincidence?
It's interesting timing.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. All those holiday gatherings, everyone's catching up, talking about,
Oh, yeah.
what they're investing in.
Right.
Bitcoin at a record high, that's going to spark some conversations for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And people who might have been hesitant before, thinking it's too complex
Yeah.
or too risky,
Right.
might now be feeling that FOMO,
Yeah.
fear of missing out,
Yeah.
seeing other people benefiting.
Right. Exactly. Have you been hearing people talking about crypto more lately?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It seems like this milestone, this price point has really...
It's definitely pushed it
Yeah.
into the mainstream.
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, in all this excitement, we have to remember that the future of Bitcoin
Right.
is totally uncertain.
Nobody has a crystal ball.
Yeah, exactly. No one knows. We could look at trends, but predicting the market is
You can't predict the future.
impossible. So we've got this price surge fueled by market forces.
Yep.
The psychological effect of
Yeah.
hitting this $100,000 mark. What else is going on? What else is contributing to all this Bitcoin momentum?
One thing the article doesn't really touch on is the institutional adoption.
Right.
Big companies, even some governments, are starting to really explore Bitcoin
Okay.
and, integrating it into their strategies.
Right.
And so this legitimizes it in a way.
Yeah, for sure.
And it builds confidence, and that just attracts even more investment.
Right. It's not just individuals anymore.
Exactly.
It's big players.
Big players getting in the game, and that has wider implications, I think.
Okay. Like what?
Well, we might start to see a ripple effect, a boost in the entire crypto market.
The entire market.
Yeah, think about DeFi,
Okay.
decentralized finance. It's built on blockchain technology, just like Bitcoin, but it's aiming to kind of revolutionize traditional finance.
Interesting.
Or NFTs.
Yeah.
These digital assets that represent ownership of unique items. Bitcoin's success can really influence the growth of these other areas too.
So this price milestone, it's not just about Bitcoin.
Right.
It's about the entire crypto
landscape.
But with all this increased attention, especially going more mainstream, surely there are some concerns.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, especially with regulation.
Well, governments are definitely grappling with how to approach cryptocurrencies. I mean, we've seen different approaches. Some embrace it. Others are much more cautious.
Yeah.
The U.S., for example, is still working on a clear regulatory framework.
So more attention could mean more scrutiny.
Exactly.
Which could be good for long-term stability.
It could.
But could also lead to more restrictions.
Yeah. It's a balancing act for sure.
So that's definitely something for investors to consider.
Absolutely. Regulation can bring clarity and protection.
Right.
But it can also stifle innovation.
It's true.
So, it's a tough one.
Yeah. So just to kind of sum up, Bitcoin hitting $100,000.
Yeah.
More than just a price point.
Way more.
It's a psychological
like a milestone.
It's fueled by market trends,
Yeah.
increased institutional adoption,
Yeah.
and maybe even a little bit of that holiday season buzz.
Who knows, maybe.
Right. And all that combined creates this perfect storm to push Bitcoin past this incredible number.
For sure.
But what does it mean for the future of crypto?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, will it accelerate the adoption, drive more innovation in areas like DeFi and NFTs? Or will increased regulatory scrutiny lead to a more, controlled, maybe a less volatile crypto landscape?
Right. Yeah, that's what we need to think about.
I mean, it's an exciting, ever-evolving space,
It is.
and we're going to be here to help you navigate it.
Absolutely.
So thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Bitcoin at $100,000. We'll see you next time.
See you later, Kellen.